Okay, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Alright. I'm sure we'll see it here in a second. What's going on here? Bone ring? Bone ring. Is bone ring good? Sure. That means I could find another bone ring, huh? But I wouldn't need another one. It's clearly better. Okay. So, if... Oh, what is that? Before I lose my train of thought. If the, range tree... What is that? Oh, dude, I thought you could wear that. That looks crazy. That looks dope as fuck. Can you see that? Yeah. Oh, more shit dropped. That's probably not gonna happen. So, if the range tree, if there is a way, let me reword that. Let me rephrase. If the range tree affects like ranged magic, like weakness detection, which I could find out on my other characters just like through a quick test. If it does, then it might be worth getting range combat up to at least weakness detection. It obviously gets better. And if I could summon minions that don't attack, I would also probably even consider that in the build, but technically all the minions do attack. And if I were to use the ones, the jellyfish ones, and I just try to stay away from the boss, then I'm really just kind of skimming the line of what we're allowed to do and what we're not allowed to do. So I'd rather not. But in an ultimate build, I would say yes, absolutely. That would make magic like stupidly good. Aren't you supposed to drop a spear? You did drop a spear. Cool, thanks. I can't use it. Let's swing around here real quick. Is that 600? It's not. Probably fine just following this line. Man, if we still don't find it after this. Really? Okay. Maybe it can spawn randomly? Like it... You know, I will say this. It has been pretty suspicious to me that certain locations are no longer on like if I put my mouse directly in the center here, you'll notice it's not 700, it's not 725, it's not 750, it's 737. Before 1.0, you can look at the wiki and doesn't tell you the exact location of things, but it tells you where the coordinates are. Like this scene or whatever is always 800 tiles away from the core, right? So you would just put your mouse over until you're at like 800 or something like that. And that means it could be here, or like I can move my mouse all the way up here and you'll still see like this is also technically 800 tiles from the core, right? So it wouldn't tell you exactly where to find it, but it gives you this like radius to basically search. And what I've noticed since 1.0 is that because the map is no longer infinite, it's now like a, I wouldn't say small, but it's much smaller than infinite. Okay, weirdly put. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. So anyway, because of that, I've noticed that like these are no longer like, you know, I could say that this is roughly 500, but if I were to go back to my other world right now, is the Prince Tomb also 498? Or is it like, are they actually like kind of randomized a little bit now? It's definitely not my type of game. Killer, he joined anyway. Ended up having a hard time getting into it. Oh, he actually like dipped. Weren't you watching Luna and Sky? I watched a little bit and then I yelled at Luna a little bit. I was like, why don't you... I forgot, what was her reason? I was like, if you're starting this, so is Funk. Like, it's such a golden opportunity for you to jump in with them. Oh, she said that it has like a max player. Oh god. How did that hit me? She said it had like a max player of like 4 or 5 or something like that. And I was like, really? This fucking game that looks like you build like entire worlds has a max player of 5? I didn't believe it for a second. But yeah, I think that was her reason. She said it because Funk usually has his group. And I couldn't really argue with that. He does usually have his group. Change the amount of players. You can have 100 if you wanted, but performance would be ass. But like, what about 10 players? And the performance is only really affected by like the amount of buildings, isn't it? It wouldn't be the number of players for the most part, because depending on the host's connection. Okay, I give up. I don't think I care enough to find this. I feel like we're just wasting time. Oh, I didn't look up here, to be fair. Saves your player data. If you log off, you can still see the logged off player's icon and character. So processing the extra entities at all times. Doesn't that mean once you're at like the max player count, if someone leaves, you can't just invite like someone else? If it's still considering that player an entity? Unsure. In most games I would, from my experience, they definitely would allow like more players in. It's just the amount of players logged. And that's how server sites make their money. Or hosting sites, whatever you want to call it. Server sites is more accurate. If there was like decently intricate combat in that game, which I still don't actually know what the combat's like. I've just gone by your word. I think we found it. Oh my god, is this like... Okay, thank god. I was gonna say, if there was no entrance for this... I mean, honestly, that's pretty well hidden. Look at this. This would be really hard to tell. But we found it. I have no idea what I was just saying. Okay, yeah, there is extra stuff in here. It's not just the armor. Oh, you can take the chest once you unlock it. I didn't know that. That's cool. Don't mind if I do. Oh, I remember what I was saying. Yeah, if the combat's like actually kind of decent in that game, then I'd probably consider jumping into it. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Where did that just go? Oh, it's on the ground. There's shit off to the side too. Simplified Factorio. I thought Satisfactory was Factorio for a while. Factorio is like 2D drop down, right? Or top down. Okay. I thought, like, when I first heard Satisfactory, I was like, oh, they're gonna, like, go and play a really old game. But I played so much fucking Terraria that someone might look at that from an outside perspective and be like, what the fuck? Did I get all 3 chests? I did. Alright, I'm happy. I think we got everything we came for. Man, speaking of Terraria. Oh man. I want to play it so bad. Alright, let's make another one of these smelters. Oh, that's a lot to go through. I'll start organizing these a little more, a little better. That's the prince. That's the queen. That's the king. Cool. Turns at your base layout. It is pretty freaking ugly. It's something I feel like I'd have to do off cam. Because most of the on cam stuff is like meant for YouTube, so I don't want to do too much downtime sort of stuff. That's why I've been like gardening off stream. But there are some simple stuff we can do that would make it like 10 times better. And that's like really not that hard to get 10 times better than this trash heap. Damn, you guys have been eating. Holy. I don't even need to use this because we have his location. So I'll just sell these. Let's find out if weakness detection can proc off of a magic ranged weapon. If it can, then it's probably worth investing in it. This would be easier with what's it called, but it should be fine. I mean, pretty good, right? Let me give myself a little more mana. I feel like I only really need so many shots to be able to tell, but kind of just want to be absolutely sure. Wait, that's kind of sick. That's only level 4. Where do you get the moonstone? Can you make this so that 100% of your... Run up 4%, level 15. 16, 17, 18, 19. So you got 4 more levels. You'll see another 16% from 58. Okay, so not quite 100, but that's kind of crazy. But it's... And if you put on stuff that make it so you take extra damage, then that's still gonna apply, obviously. Wait, Moonstone kinda nasty. What the hell? I never even thought about that. Anyway, let's do what we're here for. I really wanted the... Maybe... Is it in here? No. I need something that doesn't cost a lot of mana. But whatever. I guess I could throw the shuriken. How come they just despawn? Okay, so there, no. Where is it? Where's weakness detection? Why is it not proccing? Because I have too many buffs? Not doing anything wrong, right? I mean, it's clearly triggered. I can... Every single hit was a crit for a second there. So yeah. I might have too many buffs. Maybe I kill myself real quick. Brother? Please? What's going on? It is a buff, right? There it is. I think I just had too many. It looks the same as this, but at least it doesn't have that stacking number. Okay, so now we should be able to tell. That wasn't a fluke, right? We saw that? Was that a fluke? Was my shuriken out? There it is. Holy shit. I think I know what build we want. This changes so much. Okay. Anything else we want to test? Am I also getting keeping momentum? Yeah. No. Well, Is it applying? Gonna be tougher to discern. $934, $919. So this should only be hitting. I guess I can set everything to neutral. Just spend some money and reset everything. But I am seeing like I mean, if this, it's starting to hit like 1000s consistently, and I'm at 10 stacks whenever it doesn't crit. I think it also applies to that. This says range damage. But this is magic damage. It's ranged magic damage. So it really doesn't care? Oh, you know what? I think it does. I think it matters. So hard to tell. I need to set everything to neutral for a proper test. Like, I'm seeing thousands. So there's also this that's being applied every now and then. And that's probably when we were seeing like the real thousands. Like that 1230. Yeah, we need to... I should have enough money on this world. I don't need to kill all of you. I don't know. Okay, cool. That was stupid. I was just trying to get full, and now I just added more variables. I guess I don't need to be full if I just reset this too. Okay, so that should keep it pretty constant, right? $826, $833, $872, $758. $758's been the lowest. $756. $856. $756 to $856 seems to be. That one almost hit 900, but. Damn, do you really have an angle on me? Can you stop? But we're not really seeing anything push past 900 on a non-crit, right? So now... the fact that this procs is almost like enough to tell you, but it's 880, 805, 890. It doesn't matter what I'm hitting, right? I'm seeing 912. That's the highest we've seen. So I'm at 10 stacks right now. We saw a 915, 957, 955. That's clearly higher. 790, 844. Why is it so inconsistent, man? Maybe the mobs actually have different defense stats. Let me try just hitting you. 813, 900, 818. Okay, so it might not actually affect it. 904. Doesn't seem like it affects it. 813. Like, we weren't really seeing above 900, but now we are. So there's something to be said there. So I guess it does? 923? 988? I mean, bro, feels like... We just gotta wait for it to run out. Well, there's a 900. 804, 820, 871. So now that we don't have the buff anymore, it looks like we're not getting past 900. So it seems like it's safe to say it actually does affect it. Yeah, now we're like consistently seeing below 800. 846. If I see like a single 900 plus, but like we're seeing them back to back, right? And we don't have anything that's like we get more damage depending on our attack speed. Okay, 856. 852, yeah. I think it's safe to say. So it's worth it. There's a 907. That was on a purple slime. Yeah, 792. Do you keep this buff if you teleport? If you use the Rift Lens? To move, like, specifically? And so now we have... 25. It says physical range damage. And I'm already seeing 986. Seems so inconsistent. But like this is physical range damage too, so technically if that is increasing our damage, we should be seeing even higher numbers. But we're not. We have 10 stacks plus 25%. What the fuck is going on? Shouldn't it be higher? 25% higher to be exact? $890. I mean, I still feel comfortable seeing that this is increasing. $902. 823. 814. All right. Does 901 make sense? Shouldn't it be in like the 950s? Or 940s? Or 9... Oh, yeah, I guess that would be like 15 more. Oh. Like we didn't lose any other buffs, right? Besides the fact that I'm not at full now. I don't know. One thing's for certain. It's definitely having an effect. So I think I'm comfortable enough with that. Let me just clean these guys up and then get out of here. Cool. No Man's Sky? That's a game that I've like been kind of interested in revisiting. It is multiplayer, right? Are you playing with anybody? Because I've been like considering revisiting it. You wanna know some crazy shit? Kinda like No Man's Sky. Like when it first dropped. I know that's blasphemy. I know that can get me in trouble. I kinda fucked with it. Not for very long, but I fucked with it. Or briefly with Funk, but been mostly playing with Xevious. Me too, dog. Let's not get in trouble. I'd be down to join y'all. If you got space for me. No pun intended. Space. If you got space for me. Okay. No one's laughing. If the magic damage on this 40% magic damage, 32% critical hit damage. If these two stats are the largest I can get, I mean, I'm already seeing 63 magic damage on the sorcerer armor. And the sorcerer armor's... No, that's a 3 set. And then up to 26% magic damage based on your remaining mana. Oh. We should get up more than 4 in a group. You can have up to 32 in an instance. And no man's. Yeah, because you can see like other players now, right? I don't know too much about like what that game is now. But I do remember the old footage of like being on the same planet as another player. There would be like recorded footage of them standing right in front of each other and they just didn't see each other. They fucking lied. If mana is manageable with like 100 mana, let's say, plus some from a food buff, maybe. If that's manageable, and I'm generating mana through crits, then I would want as much damage as possible with as little crit chance as possible on the optimal magic build. We would want, I guess technically range damage applies. Range damage it technically applies to like staffs. I don't know if it's the same if it's on armor and gear, but it might be. So honestly, the best armor for this magic build might just be whatever offers the highest amount of damage. So we'll have to compare that. And then like the same's gonna go for the rings. Like Morpha ring, 36% critical hit damage. Is there a ring that does more than 36% damage? Because the crit's gonna be like practically guaranteed. And then we'll have to figure out, like the glass bead is probably your necklace of choice. I'll have to do the math for stuff like this though, where like magic barrier does get added into the damage. So something with a lot of magic barrier could make sense, but there really isn't anything that gives you a lot of magic barrier except for minions, where you get like per minion thing. But that would be for like the ultimate mage build. For this particular playthrough, we're not going to be using minions just because of the damage. Like the fact that they do damage means I can't use them. The ultimate version might involve, because this goes up to 50% of magic barriers added as magic damage, and then over here you have plus 15 magic barrier per active minion at level 1. So 75 per active minion. That could be like 75 times 7 or 75 times 3. 75 times... It's probably 3 or 7. No, probably like 3, 5, or 7. I don't need to think about that right now. And then this is just free damage. Now the stuff that increases your damage based on your remaining mana, that's also something I should probably consider. Where it's like making sure that there is enough mana generation in the build, and we're not like just teetering on having like little bit of mana left and we're just juggling that. It's more so like we're just full of mana all the time. Then yeah, this would definitely play a role. I'm guessing this is percent based. So at max, it's going to be the based on like 100% of your mana. If you're at 50%, you're getting 50% of that. Okay, then that's fair. It's so funny that the builds like all sort of culminate towards this style of building it, where we're going magic, and for magic to be extremely good, you don't really just go all in on magic. It takes a bit from like everything. Whatever we can get offered, aka mana regen. Like mathematically, even if every single one of our hits is a crit, we're only getting 10% of our mana back per crit. So mathematically, we will eventually run out of mana just shooting, right? But if I were to have like piercing, let's say, then I'd be getting 20% on like per 2 hits. But they probably, I think that's also like part of what they patched out. So the ranger armor is probably not ideal, but maybe. Anyway, our critical hit damage is going to be like well over 200%. Like I imagine we're going to be pushing critical hit damage to like well over 200%. So what we need to be doing I'm still so iffy about this physical range stuff. It just doesn't seem like it should apply to magic. But maybe only the skills do. Otherwise, like a gold crystal ring would technically be like one of the highest you can get. What do you do? Fires projectiles that bounce once and explode upon impact. Level 13, 358. That seems pretty standard. But then you got explosive damage on top of that. And so anything that increases just base damage would also increase explosive damage, correct? 28 mana is kind of mental. With a 1 second attack rate. That's funny, it comes with critical hit chance. The explosive damage can probably crit as well, huh? Now, when it says it bounces and then explodes, does that mean if you get close enough and you hit him with the, like, the initial part, does it do the bounce damage and the explosion? Or does it just combine these two, like, no matter what, as long as it hits? I want this sun collar. Let's get this sun collar. We're gonna try and grind for it real quick. I gotta see how it works. And then for armor, this is a little trickier. What we're trying to beat is essentially 40%. Like 70% damage. Does anything beat 70% damage with like additional caveats? How fast does this shoot? 3.3 per second? That's fucking wild. So attack speed is also going to play a role. This is still interesting to me because this beats 70% damage right there. And it offers like mana stuff. So Sorcerer's Armor might actually be good. And then if it does come down to like difficulty juggling the mana, which I really don't think is going to be the problem, then Arcane Monk would technically be better. And then we can find damage through other means because of all the other stuff it's offering us. Which isn't like really a lot. The dodge chance, I guess, is nice. Max health is cool. The damage it does is like, it's relevant for sure. But it's the mana gen delay, which is like way more important than mana per second, because if for some reason we're going down on mana, the bar's draining and we're like pretty much at the end of it, we want that to like start to fill up quickly so that when we start shooting again, you know, it's not going to shrink as fast if we're critting 100% of the time, right? It shrinks, but it doesn't shrink as fast. Once it's near empty is when, like, you know, the only thing we can do is just stop shooting. So I'd like that to recover quickly, and then I can just start shooting again. I don't have to wait for it to be full. And then obviously on top of that, having the mana per second is amplified by that, right? But like even without that, I would rather take this over that if that was the decision. So that's really only relevant if there's something else that gives you this mana regen delay reduction. Anyway, critical hit, damage. Like even the core commander is not that great. Its damage is extremely low. It does offer critical hit chance, but not relevant. Armor is absurdly good. Melee and again, I mean, even just looking at this tells me that I'm thinking too much for like the ultimate build, but it is good. You're getting the 25% damage here, 22 here, so you're already at like almost 50. Then you're adding another 15, so you're at 65, and then attack speed 25% more. So every fourth hit, you're essentially getting one more hit. Right? That's how you would look at that. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's really much else. I think that's like... So, I mean, yeah, probably the core commander armor is still goated, but seems like our real competitor is just Arcane Monk versus Sorcerer. And Sorcerer is just barely doing more damage. Just barely, right? I mean, it's like 30% more. Is it 30%? This is like 70, I said? 72-ish? 70, yeah, about 72% more. Whereas this is only 63 plus the 26. I think we stick with the monk armor. I think we farm for Morpha's ring and 2 of them, and then I think it's glass bead necklace. And that's our build. There's no other accessories, right, that I would consider here. Yeah, I mean, it's just got to be damage, so. $35%? 36%. This is like 14 plus 17 if you get the poison stuff going. Still less. Still less. This is kind of interesting. We'll see how the Sunfire staff works, but kind of the same shit. But it might not be. Alright, yeah. I'm really not seeing anything like beating that out. I guess the spine ring technically, but just barely. And that's specifically for bosses? Why? Yeah, and you're only 30%. Okay. I think I've decided. I mean, look at that. Wait. It's even higher than 36. I had 36 written down. This is like, this goes up to 50. It doesn't even come close. Bruh. Nothing's coming close to that. Oh my god. So we're seeing 82% damage here. Like, what's coming close to 82% damage? Nothing. Nothing is coming close to 82%. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay. Oh, like little baby ducks. There's our bomb ring. Suppose I'll hold on to that. Guess I'll hold on to these until we get the Morpha ring. We got plenty of bloat seeds now. We just want gold ones, obviously. And then when we do decide to go back through ice or like crystal caverns, we probably want to get more sunrise. Just so we have like a decent amount of golden sunrise. You feel me? So stuff that gives you like you know what else I should be planting? Probably should be planting this because it gives you ranged attack speed, doesn't it? I don't want to do like a billion of them, but so let's look at some combinations, right? Crit chance. This gives you mana and something else. This gives you max HP. This is our like healing food right here. This gives you defense. Movement speed's not that important. I don't know if this gives you magic barrier or something like that. But, you know, we could say like these two would go together, these two would go together, these two would go together. What would we want with this? Probably golden pupaya, right? Why not? Or Pafungi, but meh. Probably want to save this for the crystal. Maybe we just do it down here since we would have the sprinklers for it. Wait. Still want to plant some golden hearts. That's fine. I mean, 60 is actually quite a lot. It's awkward. Probably just leave that for crystal, I guess. Please tell me I have enough. I think I'm gonna have just just under enough. No, I should have enough, right? Your 5x5 is -3. So that's technically enough. And then we can just get some extra here. Perfect. And then we'll put some crystal there whenever we decide to do that. I don't know how important range attack speed's gonna be. Probably not that important, but it is something to consider. We gotta organize a little bit. Put you back. Keep you. You away. You guys can go somewhere else in a second. Put you away. Sell this. Do something with that. Sell these. Sell that. Put that away, that away, that away. You away. You in there. Go with that. You go with that. Okay. You go in there. You go with those. And then I need a chest where I can like kind of go in and out. Like swap between certain sets. That's the junk chest right now. This would be accessories, so we toss you. Offhand, we toss you. And this is just armor. Okay, let me put these away. Thank you. We'll just sell you in a second. So what's going on in here? We have mostly trash. We'll say those are sellable, sellable. Excuse me. Okay. Like you said? Uh-oh. Was something important right there? Boss. Statues. Sellable, whatever. Just trash it. Oh, I sold octarine chests that were locked. Oops. Oh well. I've mainly been putting things in here that I like plan to use at some point, I guess, but that's changing pretty quickly. Weapon, necklace, some armor. A ring. So you're staying in here because I might swap with you, but I doubt it. You can all stay in here. You are likely not to be in here. You can leave as well. You can stay. I guess you can stay. You can go. And you're probably getting scrapped. You can stay. You're going. You can stay. No, you're getting scrapped. You can stay, and then I don't know. I guess you can stay too. I guess you can stay. And then I would like to treat this as like my go-to chest. So armor, rings and necklaces for now. Offhands. And then you shall be weapons. I did not get rid of the chests. Thought I did. But I didn't. Where'd that go? Oh. That's huge. That's beautiful. Um, 8.1 at level 16. 7.0 at level 10. 6.0. You're okay. This is technically better than this at the moment, but that's gonna change pretty quickly. So I don't really care that much. Armor, sure. Crap. Okay. Sell that away. Got all this. $142 Galaxite. You're coming with me. And there you go. Looking good. Looking good. Looking disgusting how I like it. What are you? Oh. Take these out. Put that away. Put that away. Put that away. I mean, all of you are pretty much just going in the same chest. And we got some unique shit here. But a lot of this is like, we already know. We're probably not doing much with it. What was I about to do with this chest? Looking good. Might as well. We got some gold. What are we doing with you? Probably just toss you in here, actually. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I feel a little cleaner. Crafting. Maybe. Oh, they fixed it. Cool. They made it so you don't, like, pick up seeds. That's nice. We don't need like a billion golden bloat. So once we're pretty much chilling on bloat out, we no longer have to plant these either. How many do we have? Like around 200 is probably more than enough. It'll let me be like pretty ignorant with it. I can start just spamming it. We got 45. That's not too bad. We're probably gonna have to keep this going because we just don't have that many, unfortunately. And I could go get them, but and then we almost definitely don't need too many of these for golden. Like maybe 10 to 15 and we're pretty much chilling. And then I'd almost say you can never have enough of this, but I'm only really going to be popping it during boss fights as far as I can tell. Well, looking good. Probably going to want to match these up since we're not going to see too many of them. But that also makes me feel like we should probably do a couple of glow tulips. Maybe I'll do it next one. And then you, I guess you can go there or here for now since you're kind of matched up. You're probably Pupaya, let's be real. This'll ideally be the situation. That looks good. I'm liking it. In fact, I'm loving it. Cooking. Oh, that's right, cooking. Well, since we're good on money, we don't have like an absurd amount of food, but we got some. We want to save a couple of these. And what is the greater healing need? Oh. Is there a way to take it like in the opposite direction. I guess you can do this. Nah, it's fine. Let's just take like, let's be generous about it. There we go, 218. Shouldn't be too bad. I mean, it's 5 per. I might end up eating those words, but we'll see. And my crafting does have max alchemist in it, so we could probably actually just get started on that. Do we have your location? Do we want your location? We don't really care for it, right? No, we mostly care for Morpha. We got 1 extra, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 extra is not bad. And then I can choose to not take these for now, since we don't really need them. But we are about to fight some bosses here soon, aren't we? How are we looking on upgrades? I think Octarine's gonna get in the way a little bit. So let's get Morpha's location. Let's get some extra summonings, just in case. So in order to get Morpha, we need 90? 90. We don't have quite enough. We need some more. Let's go get some slippery slime. What happened to this? Oh. Copper, please. Actually, I probably didn't even need those. Oh, I needed the generator. I don't know what would be the most efficient. Like, do you just put it right up against, like right here? Probably, right? One, two, three. Excuse me. Okay. Could make it bigger, but I think that's probably fine. Looks good. Don't really need these anymore, but whatevs. Alright, how we looking? Let's go get slippery slime. And then try to get some upgrades as well. We need the ring for upgrading, and we need to do some arenas too. We are sticking with this armor, it seems. So what? 17 to 18 is Desert Ruby. We probably won't be seeing that right away. I could make an effort to go do arenas in the desert. Well, we might be alright. The necklace is going to be the glass bead. So I could probably just start putting this stuff on now, right? It's going to make moving around a little difficult. But it's also gonna shit on enemies, which I like. Yeah, but we also don't have ranged yet. So we need a build that can get us some ranged arena wins so we can collect some spawners. So let's actually we'll do Morpha, and then we'll gear up and try to prep for doing arena stuff as best as we can. We'll have to find like an easy one. We have a couple marked, but those are like medium sized. Could try them. There's no guarantee. It'll probably be a struggle. Maybe get some of the food ready too. Wouldn't be such a bad idea. And upgrading our food is also going to be pretty important. Especially for like Master Chef. But not really. I think just getting this would be actually really nice. So we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. a 10, and then you get the extra here if you get a full mastery. Okay. We're not in a rush for that yet. Get started on this. Guess. And since we're going to be getting blue slime, we might as well grab some toy tools while we're out there. How are we looking now? 25 more? I mean, that's essentially... And we're going to get like extras and stuff like that. So I think we're done planning bloat out for a bit. Keep doing the papaya a little bit. Definitely the sunrise. And obviously the armor. So I'll take glow tulips. As soon as I plant this, we'll go and grab the sorry we're doing some planting on stream, but at least it's not like trying to get it all the way to 100. That's a bigger task for sure. And plus I'm sure there's some people who enjoy this part of the game too. But I'd say we made some pretty good changes. We got the wood farm actually moving. It wasn't that big of a deal originally, but I guess with some extra wood, I'll be able to get crafting up without having to just rely on the garden, since our money is looking phenomenal. We're starting to see some golden ingredients. We got upgraded potions. We got a plan of attack on this. That makes sense. Okay. And then like this stuff can obviously just be cooked. It's not that big a deal. Not much for that, I guess, but whatever. Bloat and heart. I'd have to make another cooking pot. Could always destroy it later. Put you away. And we'll just leave you in there. That's fine. Let's not grab this yet. Let's grab this when we have Master Chef. Sound good? Sound good. Let's go get some slime. Hopefully I left enough ingredients for Morpha. I go back and double check on that. I didn't bring my boat. Not Morpha, sorry. Where the hell's my base? Oh. For Amarath. Spicy, sweet, and glowing. Need bomb peppers, heartberry, and glow tulips. Let's see if we can take some of these back. Would be enough. Yeah, and everything else is fine. My boat should be in here. No, it's in here. I remember. Don't know topaz, huh? It's coming. I can feel it. Jesus. Nice. Oh, he's here. My screen just shook. What are the odds? Probably go prep for him then. Because we want to fight him like back to back. Do I have, oh. Forgot you guys have like your own armor now too. We're getting closer and closer to the point where we're gonna get some spawners. So it's not as important for me to try and level magic up now. As in, I don't need to rely too much on... Are we fighting? Don't need to rely too much on the arcane staff right now, just for that extra XP. Now we just want to do what damage we can. Build ourselves a nice little arena. Because we're probably gonna fight you at least more than twice. I just want your ring, dude. They just don't drop it. Okay, I don't need to worry about you guys right now. I will take that key though. Oh. Drop me your ring. Thought that was it. Okay, whatever. Let's just focus on the boss. How much damage are we able to do to you anyway? Like, what's your health pool look like? Pretty tough.